Hello! Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's Day! Happy Valentine's
Wow!
Day!
Oh, thanks. Mwah. All right, so we've been having some adventures here in Sheridan, Wyoming. Wow, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but yes, our family is safe, thankfully. Yesterday it was a little touch and go. We were kind of wondering what was happening. So we will talk about that afterwards. Today, we are having our Valentine's Day sale. Our Dining on a Dime cookbooks, 35% off. And then that includes our gluten-free, dairy-free. And then also our undated planners, 400 pages, 366 days. You can see every single page of the books on our sales page, 35% off right now for Valentine's Day. And what does that have to do with saving money? Well, because if you get our cookbooks, you will save money. I guarantee it. And if you just have absolutely no idea where to start saving on your grocery bill, we're going to give you some tips today to help you get started. Now, if you guys have comments or questions, please put them in the description. Edifying, I'll get to yours in just a little bit. Number one, I know I sound like a broken record, but you have to shop the ads. Now, I will have to tell you, I was very offended the other day. You have lip gloss on your lips, sorry. Ooh, what have you been doing? I was very offended the other day when I heard the Dave Ramsey show, them talking about this guy was ultra frugal and he didn't know if he should stop being frugal and he didn't know how to relax. And he said, well, I spend $35 a week on groceries, and they were just mortified that he was spending $35 a week on groceries.
Just for him?
Yeah. I'm like, seriously. That is like so easy to do. It's not even funny. And I was sitting here thinking, what in the world could you possibly be buying that's more than $35 a week for groceries for a single person? I mean, you got to be buying steak and shrimp all the time or something. I don't know. And it got me thinking, people just have it in their minds that it's just not possible to do anything like spend less than $35 a month or a week on groceries for a single person. And I was sitting here thinking, okay, if you just follow the ads and buy only your meat on sale, you would be able to probably save 50% on your grocery bill just doing that. Just doing that. And I was thinking, I should do a video where I go to the grocery store and buy what we normally buy not on sale, and then compare it to when I do buy on sale and see how much the difference is. Because I'm telling you, it's got to be at least $200 a month. At least.
For what?
Just buying our meat on sale.
That you save?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just buying your meat, just watching it on sale. Now, I will tell you, guys, you need to be getting very vigilant with this. There are rumors abounding, and I don't think it's conspiracy theories because I personally know some of these people, that things like beef are probably going to be going up in price. So if you find beef on sale, I would stock up right now. Eggs, if you can still grab eggs for a reasonable price right now, an eggplant had a fire. Well, I guess it would be a chicken. What would you call an egg production place? An eggplant? A chicken farm? I don't know what you call those places.
It's not a factory, I guess, because that would be the chicken. The chicken
I
would be
don't
the
know
egg
what you would
factory.
call that. What would you call that, guys? I don't know. But
Put it in the comments.
put it in the comments what you call an egg farm. But an egg farm burned down. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it burned down, but had a fire, a major fire, just 2 weeks ago. And poultry farm. Jim says egg farm. And someone else says hatchery, chicken coop.
Oh, a hatchery.
Hatchery. Hatchery.
Is it a hatchery for chickens? I know it is for fish.
I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know. And so if you're still able to find eggs on sale, I would definitely stock up for at least 2.5 weeks. No, 2.5 months worth of eggs right now. And so Margot says an eggplant.
That's pretty funny.
I like that.
Egg ranch, egg farm, poultry farm. I think that's what I've heard.
Poultry farm? I don't
That
know.
sounds
So
familiar.
anyway, here's the thing, guys. You got to follow the sales. So like this week, I'm sorry I missed who said it, but somebody said Lent started, I think today maybe. And
Edifying gravity.
Edifying said this week Lent
starts
started.
today.
So seafood is going to be going on sale the next couple of weeks. So I will be watching for seafood for me. Beef. If beef goes on sale, I'm going to be stocking up because the prices are going up. If let's see, when is Easter this year? I don't know when is Easter this year. Let's see, Easter 2024 is, it's in March. Ugh. Okay, so in a few weeks, just 6 weeks, is going to be Easter. So be watching for your hams. I don't know if eggs are going to go on sale with this big fire. I don't know if they will or not. And what else on Easter? All your Cool Whips, your pie fillings, your Jellos, your pudding mixes, all of those types of things are going on sale. Be watching for these things and be vigilant on these things. Tomorrow, the day after Valentine's Day, it could be, if your store does 50% off, it could be a good deal on chocolate. Now, you need to check your prices because like chocolate chips, let me look right now. Chocolate chips at Walmart are, let's see, they are $2.32 for 12 ounces. So 19 cents an ounce. And if you get Valentine's chocolate and it's 50% off tomorrow, let's see what they got here. They have, well, they're not showing me the in-store stuff very, very much. This is all shipping, so I wonder if my store is out of it. But let's say, let me see what I can find here. How much Hershey's Kisses? Hershey's Kisses are $4.84. So those are 44 cents an ounce. Let's say it goes on 50%. That's 22 cents an ounce. If the Valentines are the same price, well, that's not a good deal because regular chocolate chips are 19 cents an ounce. But if they go on 75%, then we're talking 10, 12 cents per ounce. So that's a really stinking good deal. That's where you need to check. Guys, get a price book and keep track of your prices so that when you go in, you know how much you're spending on your after clearance candies because it's not necessarily a good deal. So, happy birthday, Timmy. Oh, he's 7 today. Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, Timmy.
So be checking and keeping track of your prices. This is how you are going to eat for $35 a week. It is very easily done. Up until about 2 weeks ago, I had steak on sale in my town for $4.37. I did not get any. I should have for stews and stuff, but after I got the ad, I didn't realize that it was, oops. Okay, so it's going on the wrong ad. I was going to look on here, but I didn't realize it was going up. But guys, let me check my ad here. Albertsons, Sheridan, Wyoming. Okay, here we go. Grocery deals in Sheridan, Wyoming. View the ad. Let's see what we got on sale here in Sheridan. So $4.97 for chuck roast. That's not an exceptional deal. $4 is a good deal for that. But with the rumors of beef prices going up, if I didn't have any at all, which I do, but if I didn't have any, I might get one or two. It's not the best deal, but at this point of the game, I'm trying to keep my freezer stocked so that I don't have to worry about prices as much. Now, let me get this, share the screen. Here we go. Okay, oops, wrong one. Okay, I think this is it. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I don't know how to do this.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to share my grocery ad.
You had it, but then you closed it out.
Yeah, because it was the wrong thing. Oh, here. Is it this one? No. Here it is. Okay, sorry. Here you guys go. So there it is. $4.97 for the chuck, or for the beef, the chuck roast. They've got leg quarters for $1.47, but at Walmart, they have them for, let's see, how much are they now at Walmart? The leg quarters at Walmart are, ooh, they're going up 87 cents now. Wow. Okay, so the chicken quarters at Walmart are going up now. But still, 87 is way better than $1.47. You've got fresh fruits and vegetables, $5 for $1. Is this a good deal? No, not really, because peppers were 87 cents for the green ones at Walmart, but it might be a good deal for the red and yellow ones. Pizzas, $3.47. That's a really quick, easy meal, and it's certainly a whole lot cheaper than spending $50 or $75 ordering pizza out. Cheerios, that's not a good deal. I know my other store has them on sale for cheaper this week. $2.49 is what my other store has them on. So by watching this, you're able to cut literally hundreds off of your grocery bill. Now, I know people don't want to hear that. Look at this. Duncan Hines, $1.49 for cake mixes. But let me tell you, I just finished editing the 3-part series on brownie testing today.
It was quite a saga.
Don't waste your money on Duncan Hines cake mix or brownie mix. I know.
When is the video going to come out and reveal why?
Next week.
Okay.
Next week. So by watching the sales, guys, and combining them with the recipes in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, you can start saving hundreds of dollars on your grocery bill. Our cookbooks are 35% off right now. We're only doing a 4-day sale. This is not a long sale. What day does the sale end? Sunday or Saturday?
We weren't actually going to do one right now, but some people were asking. We were thinking, well, we'll do one real quick right now.
Karen says, just finished making the chocolate chip cookies from Volume 1, and they are so delicious. So then maybe that's something else we should test is the store chocolate chip cookies with the, what, I've never bought these before.
Chewy ones?
No, they come in a roll or something, or on a flat package of some sort, and you cut them up and you put them on your tray and cook them or something.
Oh, they come in a tube that's like a sausage tube.
I've never bought that.
Like a breakfast sausage tube.
Maybe I should buy some of those and compare them against the Dining on a Dime chocolate chip cookies. How do you think that'll go?
If y'all watch that, the brownie videos will get a kick out of how the testing went. It did not go as expected, and then Tara ended up adding more and more stuff to it to try to figure out why.
I just spent 32 hours working on these brownie
And
videos.
how many batches of brownies did you make to test?
13.
13 batches. Ooh, lucky 13.
14. No, 14, because I had to make another one today. 14 on the 14th.
Oh, that's true.
See, it's good luck somehow. So maybe I should be testing that next time. But a lot of people are buying these convenience items and they don't realize the amount of time they save for some of this stuff. You're really not saving anything. If you go to my Super Easy Recipes YouTube channel, Michael put the link in there for you, but I'm showing how I cook out of my cookbooks and some recipes that aren't in the cookbooks. All of the recipes are like 10, 15, 20 minutes is really the max. Nothing really more than 20 minutes. But you can get in and out of the kitchen quick and save a ton of money on your groceries. Jane O'Moore says the chocolate chip cookie dough also comes in squares and break off what you need better when warm. Haven't bought it in years though. Very interesting. Thank you, Jim, for asking everyone to hit the thumbs up button. Guys, if you would hit the thumbs up button, that would be great. Bounty the Badland says, don't waste your time and money on the chocolate chip cookies. They're gross. Scratch is much better. Really? I have never, ever bought those. Maybe what we should do is a shopping trip with Tara of things I've never purchased at the grocery store.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Maybe I should do 15 things I've never purchased at the grocery store. I could do a series of 500 videos on that. Like, I've never bought pre-made chocolate chip cookies. Like, now I have bought the packaged cookies, but I've never bought the bake yourself cookies. I've never bought pre-packaged fruit or vegetables, except for baby carrots. What do you call that? Pre-cut, pre-sliced. I've never bought, oh man, I've never bought macaroni salad or potato salad. That stuff is just nasty. I don't know
in the store?
People
There's
buy
too much
that.
something in there. I don't know what.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. And yeah, I don't buy cleaning products hardly at all. I buy toilet paper. And even that lasts us a really long time because we have the bidets. But I don't think I bought toilet paper at all in 2023 because we did the great toilet paper test. So we had it left over from that.
It's funny because we get randomly, we'll put a new roll on and it's entirely different than the other roll.
Yeah. Jack, what was the last one? Jack was like, oh, Mom, this is bad. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. We're using up the great toilet paper test. And then the next batch, he was like, oh, Mom, that's like a pillow. It's just so fluffy. My children are so funny. Barbara says the Nestle's Toll House dough is in a tube is good. Okay, so now I'm going to have to test cookies next. We'll see how the brownie video goes. If the brownie video does well, then I'll test more food products. I do have orange marmalade in the queue because Catherine sent me, thank you, Catherine. She sent me orange marmalade from, I think, is it New Jersey? I think she's in New Jersey. And she sent me some fancy schmancy ones for you to try.
Ooh, yum.
And so then we're going to make the orange marmalade in Dining on a Dime Volume 1.
Ooh, I don't remember I know you made it.
Well,
have I ever tasted it?
I don't make it that often. Well, I don't ever make it because I don't know why I don't. But I guess I just don't. But test it against dining and see how it does. Do you think my cookbook has been a lie all these years?
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
We were in a panic over the brownie test, weren't we?
Yes, but do we give the spoiler alert? No, probably not. You'll have to watch it to see.
It's coming out next week. It's going to be a 3-part series because I had 4 hours worth of footage. So I spent 17 hours. 16 hours for the first one, then an hour today. 17 hours testing testing recipes. But go ahead and send me questions, Mike. But here's the thing. The number one thing you can do to save on money on your groceries is just watch the ads.
Actually, it's funny because people talk
People
about
have no
it.
idea.
Really, the thing, Tara's biggest secret that people always seem to miss and is when people say shop the ads, it doesn't just mean grab an ad and look at it and buy whatever's in it. But what she does, we've kind of explained this before, but I think it's complicated for some people, but it's really not, is buys the amazing good deals. And like at the beginning when we were first starting, like carve out a little bit of extra money and buy extra of the amazing good deals. Then the next time you have a lot of extra of that first thing on that you bought on sale, so you don't need it now. So then take all the extra money and buy the next thing that's an amazing good deal. And then after you've done that for a certain number of ads,
you're spending $400 a month on 4 people for groceries.
After you've done that a certain number of ads, then you're never buying anything at the full price almost. And that's where you really get saved. And that's the thing that people don't really seem to get, because it's kind of like the snowball on credit card debt. As soon as you like find one thing that you can get at a super cheap deal and stock up on it, then you don't have to buy that thing for a while and you can wait till it's on sale again.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, Mike is getting me the comments and questions. We are going to
they're there.
Tell you a little bit about what happened yesterday here in Sheridan, Wyoming, a little teensy tiny town. Well, not really teensy tiny, but. So I got a text from my son at work. Mom, there's an active shooter and he's over by Dad and Jack. I'm like, what? Jack was at school. Dad was working.
Was that after I sent you the thing saying something's going on over here?
That was the first text I got. Then right after I got that text, I texted and told the people at the school, you might want to make sure the school is locked down. And all the kids were outside apparently. So then I get a text from Mike and he's like, there's something going on over here. And I said, yeah, I just heard that there's a shooter. So then
I just said, I'm here. There's a barricade across the road and there are police all over the place for like 3 or 4 different kinds of police department cars. So something's going on, but they were walking around in a way that looked like they were doing an investigation, like, after a car accident or something.
Well, so then Mike went to go get he didn't have a spoon for lunch. So he went over to the convenience store to get a spoon. And he was just roaming around the parking lot, but there was police everywhere.
Well, no,
getting gas.
It was right on the street behind the convenience store. There's some houses there, old, like abandoned looking houses there. And the convenience store backs up to those houses. And the police had blocked off that one street. And I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't perceive it being a very huge thing. So I went into the convenience store because I forgot to get a plastic spoon for my lunch. So then I came out, and that's when I texted.
He said everybody was acting normal and everything. Well, come to find out,
it was pretty quiet though.
A police officer had gotten shot and killed, and the guy had fled and barricaded himself in a house up the street a few blocks, probably a quarter of a mile or so. And as at 4:30 when we started the show, he was still barricaded in. Today, he was still barricaded in there. He has been holding off the police for more than 24 hours now. I mean, it's been not quite 36 hours. It's been what? I don't know.
It's been
30
like 20,
hours, 30
hours
or so.
Yeah.
And the guy has just been keeping the police. I mean, they brought police from 100 miles away in several directions. They have
a lot of police departments are helping.
Armored vehicles. They've got the marshals. They've got the state troopers. Everybody is over there fighting this. And of course, the poor police officers today, we had freezing, icy rain. So they had tons of car accidents this morning. it has just been crazy over here. And so apparently what happened was the officer was serving a trespassing
warning
because the guy had been squatting in a house for 5 months, and they were serving that. And so as of the show starting, it still wasn't taken care of. But for a while there, we were concerned for Michael and Jack because we were like, they're right in the middle of this. I hope they're undercover. And I have to say, I am so impressed. The school did such a good job. Jack, when he came home, I said, did they say anything at school? And he said, nope. He said, we were outside and the teacher looked at her phone and said, everybody get inside. And we were like, why are we getting inside? And she was like, get inside now. Everybody got inside. They locked the doors. He said all the teachers were whispering to each other, but they didn't say anything. And school just went on as normal with the doors locked and teachers watching. And I was very, very impressed. If we were in Colorado, they would have been off their rocker. But finally, they realized that this guy was barricaded in this house and staying in there. And so he has been in there since 11 o'clock yesterday morning. And he's still, it's just absolutely crazy.
Well, and I was working away from home, and the place where I was decided to lock down. And they told me I could leave if I wanted to, but I thought, I wasn't too far from the school, and I think I'd like to stay nearby just to be sure. And it was just really quiet. But it's kind of interesting in a situation like that, though. All kinds of people say all kinds of things, and a lot of it's not true. So you just kind of have to. Mainly, we were just trying to know enough that where we are is probably going to be fine.
Well, and the poor house that he barricaded himself in, I'm pretty sure this wasn't his house, but it wasn't his house anyway because he was a squatter. But the poor person who owns the house that he's in right now, they have taken off. The whole front of the house is gone.
Yeah, they've been doing all kinds of stuff to try to get him out.
Tear gas, water,
a bunch of times.
All kinds of stuff. It's absolutely crazy. So you got to feel bad also for the poor homeowners of this house. My goodness. And here's the thing. People don't think about this, but they've had to evacuate 2 blocks all around that house. If you don't have your finances in order, how are you going to pay for a motel for something like this? How are you going to pay for eating out for 2 or 3 days while they get this dude out of there, at least? And this is another reason why you need to get your finances in order, because you never know when you're going to have an emergency situation like this and you have to be evacuated. Well, how are you going to pay for that? So,
I mean, it's always a terrible thing when something like this happens. But our town is a small enough place where almost everybody knows everybody else. And there's a certain kind of closeness that I think a lot of people were really impacted. And I feel really, really bad for the situation, and especially for his family.
Well, and I have a viewer who's in insurance, and I asked her, I said, who pays for this? And she said, well, it would be considered vandalism if it's not his house. And if it's his house, then she said, I don't think the insurance would cover it. But my goodness, what would the bank do then if there's a mortgage on that house, So, so it's been crazy, and still no word that they have gotten him yet. But Edifying says, my friend wants to divorce her husband. They have 3 kids under 12. Her pastor said since it's not a safety issue, they should stay married but live as roommates for stability for the kids. Is this biblical? Yeah. I mean, you want to keep a marriage, a real marriage, but if neither one of them are willing to work on it, and there's been no adultery. Now, if there's adultery, she has grounds to leave biblically, but you can separate and still be biblical. The Bible doesn't say you can't separate, but and you can separate in the same house if you need to. So, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, they can't get divorced and then get remarried. That would not be biblical, because you have one person has to commit adultery to be free for the other person to remarry.
One thing, sorry, on that yeah, if y'all could pray for the officer's family, all the law enforcement in the area, they're like, even across agencies, they're really, really close. And I'm sure it's been really hard for all of them. But even like the guy who did it, he's got some kids in school, or at least one kid in school here, who the kid is not guilty. So there's all sorts of people that could really use your prayers. So that would be great.
And my son's teacher went to church with him, and we know the church. And so we've dealt with this officer before. And so I'm pretty sure he was a Christian. And so that's really good news that he was a Christian. It's not good news, of course, that he got killed, but at least he was a Christian. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Also wishing us Valentine's wishes. Thank you. Okay, long-time viewer, first-time live. Hello, thank you for joining us. Jan says, happy Valentine's Day from not very snowy Laurel, Montana. I know Laurel, Montana very well. My aunt grew up there, and it's not very snowy here either. As a matter of fact, Tara's trying not to panic because I do not want forest fires. I like being outside in the summer doing my gardening, and when we have the forest fires, it is awful.
I was thinking if we lived in the 1800s, well, maybe we would have been smarter if we were ag people, I guess. But if we lived in the 1800s, we would have, where you have the wood, the boards that have gaps between them. I think I would have been thankful for this winter.
Yep.
But
it's been a very, very mild winter. As a matter of fact, it could snow every day between now and April, and I would be okay. Jim paid off $5,000 on their mortgage. You go, dude. That is great.
Is awesome.
Tanya, do a single person shopping trip. Yeah, there you go. Carissa, $25 for groceries this week, then $55 on medical, personal stuff. Very good. Tammy, I did my grocery shopping yesterday online for store pickup here in Australia, and even bought fruit and juice and other special items for $50 per pound or per Aussie per person. Converts to $35 per person. Very good. You want to hear my funny grocery pickup? I was trying to finish the brownie video. So I did a grocery pickup so I could just run over there, pick it up, and be going. So I pulled in. It was the first pickup of the morning. I'm sitting there looking at them. They're looking at me. I'm looking at them. Inside, they're inside. Like, okay, another car drives up. Okay, they take their groceries out. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Another car drives up. They get their groceries. I'm like, okay. So I was getting ready to call the phone number. And the guy walks out and he says, are you waiting for pickup? And I said, yeah. He said, well, what's your name? And I told him. And he said, well, we don't have an order for you. I said, I just got a thing on my phone saying it's ready. I had sent my pickup order to Utah.
To Kimmy.
My friend Kimmy from She's in Her Apron. You guys know her. The day she was moving, it was a pretty interesting day for them. So I sent her some Calgon and some candles and a few other things, paper plates and TP, so they weren't having to dig all that stuff out. And she did not know what Calgon was.
Really?
She said, I've never known what Calgon was.
So we needed to find the commercial on YouTube so she could see what Take Me Away is all about.
Yep. And so I sent her that order, and I didn't change. Well, I didn't know that when you ordered from another store, it changed the store you're at. I didn't know it changed. So, yeah. So the people in Utah, if you're watching me, I'm really sorry. You must have been very confused. The lady says she's picked up here. She's in stall 1 and it's a black car. That's not my order. Leah says the Toll House chocolate chip cookie bars in volume 2 are very delicious. She made them this week and would highly recommend them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Judy says, awesome cookbooks. Thank you, Judy. Yeah, guys, they're 35% off right now for our Valentine's sale. So go grab them. Only 4 days we're having this sale. South Loop River Homestead. What is the best way to package beef roast for the freezer? I don't. I just throw it in there in the package from the store. And then I just use it.
She doesn't even unpack it or anything.
I just use it 3 to 6 months. I pulled some chicken from January 2023 out yesterday, defrosted it, and it was fine. Did the chicken taste funny?
No. The chicken that you made that cabbage stuff with?
Yeah.
No.
The stir
It
fry?
was fine.
Sweet and sour chicken?
Yeah. Why would it taste funny?
Because it was a year ago and I just threw it in the fridge in the original package and everybody freaks out.
She
'cause I
does
do
that all the time. That's the only
all
way
I do.
that's how she rolls.
Yeah. That's all I do. Barbara says she made the fudge with the chocolate chips and condensed milk. Isn't that delicious? Oh my goodness, there's so many variations you could do with that. That's a great Valentine's recipe. It's on our website, livingonadime.com, 2-ingredient. If you go to my channel, Super Easy Recipes, you can find that recipe also.
I wonder if Teresa's talking about snow. We could get some Friday.
Oh, really?
I don't know if she didn't.
Oh.
I'm not sure what that's about. But
Elizabeth is going to be 64 next week.
Oh, it is
Happy
snow.
birthday. I've been doing all the grocery shopping since I was 17. I have always bought what was on sale and stocked up with super bargains. I shop more than one store. I have 2 supermarkets 2 minutes from my house. Aldi's is 20 minutes away. Very good. Karen, do you see that inflation is going back up? Yes, I do. I noticed the Walmart bread that was 83 cents in early 2023 that went up to $1.32 is now $1.42, I think, at Walmart, something like that. Let's see how much it is. It is today $1.42 today. So yes, it is going up. And Biden is blaming it on the corporations. Stupid. Okay. Vicky wanted to buy steak today, but not at $13.99 a pound. No, there's no way I would pay $13.99 a pound for steak. Chrissy, do eggs go bad? Yes, they do. But I have found that they usually last 6 to 8, 10 weeks in the package, depending on how fresh they are when you get them at the store. Lisa said, you can send me the next one. Lisa said, I lucked out yesterday. I had a coupon for Costco and bought meat, bread, strawberries, and strawberry jam and only spent $6. Wow, that's great. How do you freeze and store chocolate? Lori, I just throw it in there. But I don't freeze chocolate because it lasts like 2 years. So I don't waste freezer space with that. Lori, how long are pudding mixes, Jell-O mixes, bot cakes mixes good after the expiration date? So your Jell-Os and puddings are forever. I mean, they will go forever, but your cake mixes will go forever too, except that the baking powder might go bad, or not bad, might expire, so it won't rise as much, so that you may need to add a teaspoon of baking powder, but otherwise, yeah. Do you hear that?
Yes.
We may be doing some construction work this summer. I
will build a great wall. Sorry.
We're going to be building our own great wall. And Geisha says, Mike, you make her smile.
Oh, thank you.
You just put that in there so you would get the kudos, didn't you?
I don't remember sharing that. And oh, you know what? Did I accidentally share some?
Patty, Giant Eagle stores have 10 pounds of 80% ground beef for $1.79. Have been doing this about every other week. Wow, in Ohio. Yeah, I would definitely stock up. Guys, listen, I would keep your freezer stocked with meat now. I really would. I think with this being an election year, I think we'll probably be okay through November, maybe. But I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I would be glad. But I just can't imagine the fecal matter not hitting the oscillation unit come end of November, December, January. I don't know. I think it's going to be way worse than what happened last time. Katie says the price book is really helpful. She always has it ready in her purse so she can check prices. That is great. Did we put the price books on sale too?
They're 25% off right now. Do you want me
25% off, guys.
Did you want me to change the amount off?
Nope.
Okay.
Karen just finished making the chocolate chip cookies from Very Delicious from Volume 1. They're so delicious. Yay. Mike, did you get all the bacon eaten up from the bacon test?
Not yet. Tara put it in Ziploc bags, and I don't think the boys have seen it very often. So
no, they know it's there.
Oh,
They're
they
just
do?
not eating a lot. Yeah.
Oh, really? I've been making some mornings. I make some grits, and I take 1 or 2 pieces and crumble it up in there. Wonderful.
Yeah. And I still have more to cook too. And I'm doing another barkeeper's friend test, guys. Everybody was yelling at me that I did it all wrong. I'm like, how do you get wrong putting cleaner on there, scrubbing it? I don't know. But everybody said I was doing it
So you're
wrong.
doing another test?
Yeah. So I'm doing another test. And Big Pond Homestead says 49-cent lay quarters. That's great. Patty, people watch your local store, Facebook and Instagram. Yep, they do run specials online. She got 40 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast for $29. That's 72 cents a pound. Holy cow, Patty, I'm making a trip to Ohio and stocking up my car. Whoa. Wanda says such sacrifices, brownies and bacon. So we timed it. There was a bake sale happening, and we timed it so that I could take all of the stuff that didn't crumble to pieces to the bake sale, thankfully. What you guys see in the video is left after I already took half of it to the bake sale. The rest we couldn't because it had crumbled so bad. Edifying says next month, cabbage. Yes, cabbage will be really cheap, and corned beef will be cheap for St. Patrick's Day. So stock up on those, and it does keep for a really long time. No way store-bought could ever begin to compare to homemade chocolate chips. I don't know. I haven't tried them, so we'll have to see. I won't be trying them. Mike and Jack will. Let's see. Wow, everybody says don't bother with the pre-made tube cookies, huh?
You know what though? I still think for the people that eat them all the time and don't know any different, it would still be useful to do a test. Just
yeah. Okay, let's see. Chris wants to know what's a normal percentage to spend on paper products, soaps, and meds. There is no percentage. I mean, it's just what you need. But, you know, like I don't buy paper towels. I buy them, but I only use them like 1 roll a year. I'm doing a video on that coming up too. I just got the paper towels bought for that. I don't soap and those kinds of things. I find it at garage sales and yard sales all the time for super cheap. After Christmas sales, 90% off. Last year, I got like 75 sticks of deodorant for free.
Wait,
because they had a coupon.
Where was that?
After Christmas clearance last year.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I would say very, very little. I would say probably on paper products and cleaning and that kind of stuff, we spend, oh my goodness, not even $5 a month. Well, your shaving cream. No, because we got all that shaving cream for free. So I haven't bought shaving cream for you for 2 years.
What if I shaved every other day?
I'll pay for the shaving cream.
Hey, so she's told me she likes the rustic look when I don't shave for a day, but then she just won't kiss me on that day. It's a tough call right there. Like
absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, honey, you look really rustic. Oh, don't touch me. All right.
Okay, let's see. James, I bake my own bread from scratch and it tastes great and costs about 50 cents a loaf. Yep, it can be good, although it's not necessarily worth the time to make homemade bread, but it can. I mean, if you like doing it, it's fine. Bounty in the Badlands says, yes, the same with pre-made coleslaw. Yeah, I don't buy that either. Janet, I can't wait for the brownie videos. Yeah, if those do good, then I'll do more food comparisons. Our comparison videos are doing very well. So we're going to keep going a couple of months on those and see how they do. I don't know. We keep going back and forth between doing comparison videos and me just giving my 2 cents. Guys, comment, do you want comparison videos or do you want my 2 cents? Everybody keeps saying, well, Tara, what do you think of this? And what do you think of that?
We're still trying to figure it out.
So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Thank you. I do have matching earrings. Got these for $1 at the thrift store. Paula, I just checked Kroger 3 weeks ago and thought 3-pound chub for $8.97, $3. Wow, a pound, $2.99 a pound. That's good. Gloria was planning to go in the morning for chocolate on sale. Yep, it's a good time. Everybody says both. No, we need to focus our channel. That's the problem. You can't have both. You can only pick one or the other. So
Okay.
Tell me what you want, comparison or Tara just ranting?
We could try both, but if you tell us what you think is best, then we would know which one is more important.
I mean, I'll rant while I'm doing comparisons, but
you'll rant while you do any of that, right? Recipes or comparisons or grocery audits.
Yeah. Okay. I watched the ads, but it's got to be a screaming good deal for me to drive to town to get it. Yeah, I totally get it. Paula, 60 count eggs are $9.62, went down from $9.97. Brother, I don't know what eggs used to be for 60. Let's see. 60 count is how many dozen? What, 5 dozen? Is that 5 dozen? Yeah.
Yes.
5 divided by, so 2, just under $2 a dozen. Yeah. Wanda went to Safeway to use her rain check for boneless, skinless chicken breast for $1.79. Very good. She cooked one and wrapped the rest for later. Joy said, made the cranberry roast in book 2. It was so good and fast, isn't it? Delicious. Oh, so delicious.
What was it? The cranberry what?
Roast.
Ooh, yeah.
Cranberry sauce. Frances made the pumpkin bread in volume 1, and it was very good. I sent the recipe to my friends, and she made it, and it was a hit at the party. Isn't that good? Oh my goodness. The pumpkin bread, the banana bread, those are the best. Those are my recipes that I got when I was 19 from my neighbor. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, they're down the middle between comparisons and rants. Well, I'll just rant while I'm doing comparisons, I guess, then.
Well, I mean, if we just do those two things, that's not too big of a spread of different things, so it might still work.
You know it is. It is. We got to focus. Francis or Kimberly, because of the national security threat that they're hinting about, I went to the store today and did some stocking up. Yeah, what's all that about? I totally missed that. Did you hear any? What
I
was
just
that?
heard today.
What's the deal?
Well, we're not sure what the deal is. Apparently there was I think somebody in the Defense Department was going to do a secret briefing to Congress about a major threat from Russia that's apparently super serious, but not thought to be imminently happening tomorrow. And it got everybody freaked out, and because somebody spilled it to the public that they're going to be talking about this secret thing. So it's unknown yet what the secret thing is, but of course,
All right, Harriet.
Because they were being secretive about it, now they've caused a lot of people to start making up their own conclusions, because that's what people do when they know that something's going on and they don't know what it is.
Wow. All right, Diana. Yes to what Mike is saying. I followed advice and stocked up on cheese, meat, butter before Thanksgiving, Christmas. I've not bought any of those things, making my grocery budget very low. Yep. I don't have a grocery budget. I only know I spend $400 a month because people kept insisting that I had to tell them a price. But one month I'll spend $50 or $100, and then another month I'll spend $600, and then another month I'll spend $1,000, and then I'll spend $50 because I don't just spend $400 a month. That's a huge waste of money. That's one thing that I don't like about Dave Ramsey is doing the envelope thing. I get the point behind it. But to me, okay, yeah, sure, you can budget $1,000 a month for groceries, but that's ridiculous. You don't need $1,000 a month for groceries. You only need about $100 per person per month for groceries. And so, yeah. Oh, wow, guys. So they're really talking crazy, huh? Oh, dear. Donna, how long are the cookbooks on sale, Mike? Till Saturday, right?
Yes, till Saturday night.
Linda, are you going to make goat cream again? I can't find anything as healing as that. No, probably not. I miss my soap and I would love to do it, but we just have other stuff we got to do. So unfortunately, I do have a bunch left, but I don't want to have to package it up and all that. Donice, we have had only 3 weeks of really cold weather. Yes, I know, us too. So at least the bugs will hopefully be dead, but because we had like negative 20 and 40, it was crazy. But the lack of moisture is kind of freaking me out, because I'm like, not really freaking me out, but I'm just like, oh man, please, I don't want to deal with forest fires this year. I want to be able to water my garden and just have a nice summer outside without being choked by smoke.
At the moment, it's kind of nice, but yeah, if we get smoked out again, the smoke is getting irritating every single summer.
Yeah. Can you send me the next batch?
Yes.
Wendy says her meat gets freezer burned in no time if she freezes it like that. I don't know. I just throw it in there.
She's always done that. And we've lived, I mean, of course, in the freezer, it shouldn't matter, but we've lived in like how many different states? Texas, Kansas, Colorado, Idaho, 5 states. And she's done that everywhere we've ever lived. So, although I would think it wouldn't matter in the freezer because the conditions are probably the same in the freezer everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Go over to Facebook real quick.
Is it possible that the
keep going. Is it possible what?
Is it possible when you put yours in the freezer and it gets freezer burned that that it's not that well sealed at your store?
I'm wondering if something's wrong with the freezer.
Or yeah, something like that. Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Peggy loves the 2-ingredient fudge. Thank you. That's on our website, livingonadime.com. Guys, all of our books are 35% off. Our planner is 20% off. We only have a few of these left. We're talking to our Korean printer to see, but I don't think we're going to be reprinting them to see how much they will charge. But 400 pages, 366 days will help you get organized, get your meals under control, get your cleaning under control. Kimberly, I just threw some chicken in casserole dish with broth, chicken breast, frozen. It cooked 350 for about 45 minutes. Then I upped it to 375 to finish it off for another 20 minutes. And it turned out great. Very good. She did 3 pounds, so she has other dinners. Good job. Yeah. So guys, go to Super Easy Recipes, my other YouTube channel. Yesterday I put out a video. I made 5 dinners for $20. And that included everything, including vegetables, rice, whatever we had for side dish. $20 for 5 dinners to feed 4. It can be done.
Anne asked, where do I find your cookbooks? I just pasted the link in the comments, but if you go to livingonadime.com and click store, or is it shop? I think it's shop. It's right there. But I'm also sharing the link in the comments, and it's in the description as well.
Vicky, I buy ground beef at Sam's. I separate half in Ziploc bags and flatten them down. There you go. Yep. Jill, Biden needs to close the borders and quit sending our money to other countries. Yep. But I mean, guys, it's to their advantage to let these people in. They're just getting voters is all they're doing. So, you know, of course they're going to destroy our country because it's all about control. Jacqueline, can you make monkey bread on on Super Easy Recipes? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can make monkey bread on Super Easy Recipes. Yeah, I can do that.
I thought that was
actually something. I did do that with pre-made biscuits. I already have that video on there with pre-made biscuits, but I can make it with homemade bread too if you want. Elaine made the fudge for her family today. Everybody's making 2-ingredient fudge for Valentine's Day. That's great. I'm so glad you guys like it. Melissa paid off our 30-year mortgage on our rental house, which was mine before we married 11 years ago, and it is 12 years and 9 months early.
Yay.
That is great.
Nice job.
That is great. Shay says her Walmart's remodeling and they're marking stuff down. Yeah, go for those things. Yeah. Mary, do y'all have a cranberry cream cheese dip? No, but the one I've made is just a can of cranberry sauce and some cream cheese, and you just mix it together, and it's really good. Jim, did your gas go up? Ours went up 20 cents a gallon. Did you see? Did gas go up today?
It was more expensive, but I didn't think. Actually, that was yesterday too. It was more expensive, but I thought it was just because that store isn't. I thought maybe the co-op was cheaper.
Jill, I used Jello from that expired in 2017. It's just fine. Yeah, Jello will be fine till, probably 20 years. Jello will go forever. Tanya, I'm going to be getting a chest freezer soon. Good. What's this person's name again? Eclair Trio.
Like the French
I just
eclairs.
made a pan of brownies with unsweetened baker's chocolate from 2009. Everyone raved about it. Yeah, chocolate lasts forever. Pat, subscribe questions. They keep unsubscribing me from your channel and other channels. I wonder if this is happening to others. Yes, it is. It is not you. It is happening all the time. You just have to keep resubbing. I'm so sorry. YouTube is being a dork. Jacqueline, what kind of toothpaste do you use? I just use AIM or whatever's the cheapest. Mike and Dave have to use a special no SLS toothpaste that because they get canker sores from it. And Jack and I just use the cheapest stuff. Jacqueline, potatoes are going on sale for 29 cents a pound. That is great. Yeah, potatoes are going to be on sale for St. Patrick's Day too, and Easter both. Peggy, eggs went up here. Yep. And yep. Everybody says their eggs are going up. Yep. Lori, is there aluminum in deodorant? I don't know. Jill, Dollar Tree is great for personal hygiene items. Yep. Linda just ordered the undated planner yesterday. Can't wait till it comes. Is that the one you shipped today?
Probably. Who?
Linda. Mike was shipping it this morning.
I believe it was. I think that was the one.
I was standing there talking to him about the shooting while he was packing it up.
Yep.
Bonnie bought volume 1 right here. Wanda, I'm sure Jill will take the crumbles. No, guys, I'm not kidding. We had a lot of brownies left. So we ended up giving them to various friends and they all ate them. So that was great.
Did you mention where all the brownies and the cheesecakes went? Thankfully.
Yeah. Well, and we did a cheesecake. We did 8 cheesecake videos. So all of that went to the bake sale too. And that was one of the first things that sold was the cheesecake. Of course, I had 50, 60 pieces. I don't know. I had a lot of cheesecake.
Oh man, the cheesecake was amazing too. So it's probably a good thing it went to the bake sale instead of to us because I would have eaten it all.
Anne is not finding anything at Sam's Club on sale. She's not removing her membership. Yeah, I wouldn't. Making homemade chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's if you guys want chicken nuggets, it's the Chinese chicken in volume 2. Actually, we should change that as a correction in the book to make that Chinese chicken and chicken nuggets because it's the same recipe.
So I didn't hear what you're talking about.
Chicken nuggets. Okay, Jill. I have a recipe for 1 hour bread. It's delicious. Yes, Dining on a Dime cookbook right here is our 60-minute bread also. Barbara, Mike, that means on rustic days you can eat more garlic. Can you say the next one? Karen, the lady who said that ivory soap bars are good for removing grease from pans on the Barkeeple's Friend video. Thank you. It worked well as Dawn, but much cheaper. I'll have to try that. So I'm testing. I went to the thrift store yesterday, got another burned pan, and I'm testing again.
That's so hilarious.
Barkeeper's Friend, because I did it wrong the first time.
What you should do is say, hey, can I get this pan for cheaper because it's burnt?
What's so funny is everybody kept telling me, you need to follow the directions. Okay. Well, I didn't think the directions were that hard, but I did. But what everybody said was, you need to follow the directions and leave it on for 10 minutes. And the directions say, immediately remove after 1 minute. Do not let it sit on there for longer than 1 minute. So all these people kept telling me I need to leave it on there for 10 minutes and all this stuff. And I'm like, brother. So, Let's see. Here's the next one. We have an Amish store, Wendy says, that has good prices on meats. 40 pounds of chicken breast for $50. Yep, that would be good. She buys it, vacuum seals it. And where do I find your cookbooks? 35% off right now for a Valentine's sale. In the description below is the link at livingonadime.com. Click on the shop.
And I see Donna just asked how long are they for 35% off? Only till Saturday. We were going to do a 3-day sale, which would have been earlier, but I thought maybe people would want to buy it on the weekend, so we added an extra day. So now through Saturday. So 3 more days after today.
Okay, I gotta look up something here for just a second. Well, let's see. Oops, wait a minute. Where'd it go? Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit different. Oh my goodness, that thing is still barking. Might have a problem. Mary Ellen, the gluten-free bread from our gluten-free edition works great in the bread machine. Thank you. I have not tested it in the bread machine. That is really good to know. That's on my to-do list. All right, everybody says EMP, wiping out satellites.
Somebody
wow.
said nuclear weapons in orbit.
Huh?
Somebody said nuclear weapons in orbit.
Wow.
Do you know Jesus?
I was going to say, I hope you know Jesus, because, yeah. How long will scrambled eggs last, Wanda? I don't know. A few days, 3-4 days, probably. Okay. Next is Steph. To get my money's worth, I now carry a small suitcase scale in my purse now. Do this shrinkflation and rip off package weights. What is actually in the package now? Very good. There you go. Mary Ellen, is freezer burned meat bad for you? No, you can eat it. And most of the time it doesn't even taste bad. The only thing freezer burn does is give it a, I don't know, freezer taste. But that won't hurt you. You can still eat it. You need to get to Facebook, like now.
Gotcha. A lot of those aren't actually on here.
Okay. Okay. Next is Francis. I made the ice cream recipe and I gave the rest to my sister and they just loved it. Yes. I think it's volume 2. Jack just made that day before yesterday and he absolutely loved it with leftover whipping cream from our cheesecake video. Kimberly got a 7-foot chest freezer from Home Depot for $150. That's great. Chantel, upright freezer. She loves it. Yes, I will. I mean, I'll do a chest freezer if I just have to, but I'm an upright freezer all the time. It is definitely way worth it. Me Too says it's supposed to be 66 next week. Wow, that's great. Rebecca, paid my car off finally. That is great. Good job. Tanya, our gas went from $2.97 to $3.27 a couple weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure y'all wouldn't do it, but if you see anything in the comments saying like send money to somebody, that's not us, and we block them as quick as we can, but don't ever do that.
Yeah.
We don't ask you to do that. We will never ask you to do that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next is, can you tell me the next one?
Well, I'm kind of messed up.
Okay,
now.
that's fine. I'll just look.
No.
Donna, no, it's okay. I will be watching for cooking videos tomorrow. Yeah, so I don't know if my brownie's going to come out on Friday or next week for my comparison. I might do the Barkeeper's Friend for Friday. I haven't decided yet. It took me way longer to do the brownie video than I had anticipated, and that thing was a pain in the butt video. But
I was like, are you sure it's going to be worth it?
It's for the betterment of mankind.
It's the betterment of brownie kind.
Mm-hmm.
Brownies are worth it.
Okay. I wonder if that's on our side of the fence and it can't get back over now.
That's really bothering you, isn't it? Do you want me to stop?
Melissa, It's date night again with Mike and Tara. Happy Valentine's Day, Kathy. By the way, my wound is getting better. I've been taking a bleach bath every night for a week, and it's finally getting better. Jay Moore says large amounts of meats I separate and vacuum seal. So large amounts of meat I separate and put in freezer bags. So I do that. But if I just get like a roast on the little tray, then I do that. Jan. She's saying you will love extra freezers. Yes, I have 2 freezers and I love it. Cynthia, I need a grocery list that is healthy for one person, as frugal as possible. Well, you just have to make your own list on what you want to eat. I don't know what you want to eat. So you just got to eat what you like.
Well, one thing about the healthy, although you've been around for a while, so I think you probably know this about us, but healthy doesn't necessarily, you don't have to eat like, what do you call all those weird things?
Tofu.
You don't have to eat tofu and whatever that grain is that they take from the people in South America. All those hoity-toity, quinoa and all those kind of hoity-toity things that people call healthy. Healthy can be just regular food, like regular vegetables and regular rice and regular meat. So so as far as healthy, don't feel sucked into what some people online will say is their only healthy option.
Yep. Let's see. Bounty in the Badlands. Put my daughter on the envelope thing for 6 months to prove a point. She's now totally fiscally responsible. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And I get the point of the envelope system. What I don't like is the whole theory on budgeting is setting a dollar amount and only spending that much, because people, is it on their side or our side?
I have no idea.
Oh, is people will spend way more than they need to on things. Like they'll make a budget for Hulu and Netflix and all that kind of stuff. Well, you don't need that stuff in the first place. So that's where I have a problem. But I get the idea of it. Donna just throws the package in the freezer too. Yep. Bounty Badlands. Baking soda and vinegar paste for greasy pans. Keen's better than Barkeeper's Friend. Oh my goodness. How many pans am I going to have to buy at the thrift store to keep testing cleaners? This is going to be a 10-part series, testing cleaners on pans. Okay, I might try that one too. I'll see. I'll have to find another pan because now the pan I have isn't big enough for all those that I'm trying. So Jill says our daughter made the award-winning chicken chili recipe, white chili. I think that's in volume 1. Fabulous. It's a regular now. Yeah. It's not real cheap, but it's delicious. Jacqueline, Tara, use your pot cleaner recipe. Yes, in volume 2. 35% off right now for Valentine's Day, guys. Okay, I'm out. Lori says you can come here and use all the pans in my house and test the cleaners on them. Yep. Yeah, I thought about asking somebody locally if they need their pans cleaned and seeing about doing that. I don't know. Maybe Lois needs her pans cleaned. I don't know. We could ask Lois. Or somebody else. Let's see.
Let's do this since you're.
My Flynn, glad my wound is better. How does one go about taking a bleach bath? So I just put a half a cup of bleach in a bathtub of water. And it's like us being in a swimming pool. I noticed that my wounds would heal quicker when I would go to the pool in the summer. And so now when I have something like that, I do that. So that really helps. Yeah, I mean, guys. Well, okay, Jacqueline, I think Canadians need to learn how to convert kilograms to pounds. In Canada, the ads are advertised in pounds, and when you purchase the item in the store, it's priced in kilograms. Oh my goodness. She says, I think this is what confuses people. Yeah, I'm sure it does. That's crazy. Kimberly, I fill tortillas with chicken, a little bit of chili on it, and then make a pan of them and put the chili on top and bake it. Ooh, that would be really yummy, Kimberly. That's a great idea. Not many people will turn down a brownie. Even bad ones are better than no brownies. Yeah. Although we did discover some bad brownies, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, what we found is that some of them were, yeah. Well, when we blind taste tested them, it was funny to see the thing, and also we learned something interesting about ingredients kind of matter sometimes, and not the ones you would think.
And we learned something very interesting about Ghirardelli. You guys are going to be surprised. Mike sacrificed for that video, didn't you?
Yeah.
He
Gotta go to the
sacrificed.
gym extra now.
Bounty, Valentine's dinner, sirloin steak, blue cheese crumble, twice baked stuffed taters, mixed vegetables, apple pie, homegrown and cooked, hotel special ribeye dinner, $25 a person, mine $10. That's very good. Good job. Sneakers, I'm in Canada and I was able to buy volume 1 and 2. Not for shipping, you weren't, but maybe it was the ebook. That could be possible. We do offer the ebook internationally, but we can't ship internationally.
And if you do have a print book, we did for a while ship them.
Mm-hmm.
We just ran into some trouble, and then
maybe she got it before then.
Then we got some things from some of the other governments saying we need to set up bureaucracies in their countries, and we're like, sorry.
Yeah. Angie says my 15-year-old nephew makes the brownie recipes in the cookbook. They are the best. Wait till you guys see our brownie test with that. Did we win or did we lose?
Dun dun dun.
We were questioning our whole life's mission, weren't we?
We were, but are we still? Tune in and see.
KM says the best investment I made was in your cookbooks, in and out of the kitchen every night, no time. Thank you for your great facts. Be well. You are welcome. Okay, can you see me the next ones?
More. Coming at you. Dun, 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 dun.
Barbara, make your own burnt pans, put food condiments, grease on the bottoms, and take a blowtorch. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about a blowtorch to it. I just hate to ruin my pans. Well, it's not like they haven't been burned to smithereens anyway most of the time. But
what's the tip?
That's a good idea. Take a blowtorch, put food on the bottom of the pans, and take a blowtorch to it. I could do that with the $2 thrift store video pan I got yesterday. I'll do that. So do I blowtorch it in the house or out of the house?
In this house, you need to do it out of the house. Lori says you can come here and use all the pans in my house and test the cleaners on them.
So it was funny yesterday when that whole thing was going around and the suspect was still at large and they thought he was at large shooting. Mike called and said, Mr. Smith & Wesson is in this spot. And so I said, okay. And so he said, when he came home, what did you say when you came home? Do you remember? About if the suspect came to our house? No.
I said he'd be in a world of hurt with Tara here. She's got pretty good aim. She's a little crazy. Say hello to my little friends.
Oh my goodness gracious. No one was worried about me, really. I guess that's a good thing. Do you have confidence in me?
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it. But you would miss me if I got shot?
Yes.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Terry, would like to see a from scratch recipe against box mix? That is coming up, actually. That is coming up. And I did a comparison price. And all of that is in the 3 recipe videos that are coming, or the 3 brownie videos that are coming up. I could have made it into one video, but it would have been like not quite an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. And so then I cut it down to 2, and I had one 20-minute video and one 45-minute video. So I got it down to that. And then I was able to cut the 45-minute down and put it into something else. But I thought some of it was kind of funny. And you guys might like just to see some of the funny things that.
You see what Lori said?
Yep, that's me. All right. I know Jesus. I got nothing to lose. You know what? And that's it. Everybody's, freaking out about stuff like that. But really, yesterday, so you want to hear something kind of creepy or freaky, not creepy, but freaky, was yesterday morning before all of this happened. Jack and Mike had left for school, and I was like, oh man, I forgot to give Jack a hug this morning. And I thought, man, if there's a shooter at school, how would I feel if he got killed at a school shooting? And here a shooter was loose just 3 hours later.
Or you meant,
if I wouldn't have given him a hug goodbye. And I thought, how would I feel? And I thought, you know what? I wouldn't feel guilty. I wouldn't feel bad.
She would feel bad.
I would feel bad that he died, but I wouldn't feel bad that I hadn't given him a hug before he left, because we give each other hugs and kisses most of the time. I mean, occasionally, you're downstairs working or something and I got to run out the door, but most of the time we do. We're not, I wouldn't have to feel guilty because I don't sit there screaming and yelling at the kids all the time, and that, and so, yeah. But I just thought it was weird that I actually had that thought yesterday morning, that what if there's a shooter at school? And yeah. Rebecca, the brownie mix from Dining on a Dime, Volume 1 is amazing. So is that... Oh no, I missed a brownie recipe. I only tested the fudge brownies. I didn't test the regular recipes. Do we need to go test all the regular brownie recipes now?
Why don't you see what everybody thinks about the existing videos first?
I think this brownie thing could just turn into a very
whole
long
brownie channel
series.
Brownie commentary channel.
So I'm wondering, the brownie mix, how is it different from the fudge brownies? Because now I have the fudge brownies memorized. 3.5 cups. So 6, 3. Oh, it's the same recipe. It's the fudge brownie recipe. So I don't need to test it. I already know it's really good. Wanda, anybody use aluminum slow cooker? I bought one because it's lighter, but it seems like it takes longer to cook. Very interesting. I have not. Guys, chime in. Let her know what you think on that. Amy, when's the brownie video coming out? I think I'm going to have the brownie come out next Wednesday. I think the brownie video will probably come out next Wednesday. Kathy, glad to hear your wound is getting better. Thank you. Mike was wanting me to go to the urgent care.
It was starting to get worse, and I was like, this isn't some kind of flesh-eating bacteria or something, is it?
It looked bad.
It was looking like something weird.
Yeah. But okay, so back to the whole shooting thing. I forgot to say my point on that. Speaking of dying from flesh-eating bacteria. I wasn't really worried. I mean, we are all Christians. I wouldn't want Mike or Jack to get shot or be in that situation. But I wasn't really worried about it. I mean, I was concerned, waiting to know, to make sure everybody was safe and okay and everything like that. But I wasn't just like sitting there biting my fingernails. I was still editing the brownie video and going back and forth between texts and 25 people that I was texting at once. But I wasn't really worried about it. Like I was sitting there biting my fingernails, just pacing back and forth or anything. No. And I think when you're a Christian and you know that when you die, or you know that your family if they die, they are definitely going to be in heaven with Jesus because they know Jesus as their Lord and Savior, you don't worry about things like that, I don't think, as much. I mean, I know there are some Christians who worry, but...
You wouldn't want it to happen, but you don't always worry about the anticipation that something could happen at any moment.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But, okay. Let's see.
Stephanie, I must have missed it. How did you get your wound and where is it?
So it's on my stomach, and I started hormone patches. And so I put a waterproof bandage over the patch, and the bandage on each side where the adhesive was literally ate my skin and blistered ate my skin. And I had 2 holes in my stomach. where the bandage pulled the skin off. Sorry if you guys are eating dinner. So, all right. I would love a test on baked on grease from cookie sheets. Yeah, me too. My cookie sheet looks awful, but I could probably do that. Debbie gets 10 pounds of potatoes for $1 in Canada. Holy moly, that's cheap. Yeah, Canadians have really super cheap grocery prices. You guys can go back and watch my video on that, but there are a lot of cheap groceries in Canada. Cam, the best investment they ever made was our cookbooks. Oh, I already said this one, but I'll say it again. In and out of the kitchen every night in no time. Thank you. They are 35% off right now. And if you guys are gluten-free, dairy-free like me, right here, you can get that one also. And then, guys, our undated planners, they're undated, so you don't lose any days. 400 pages, 366 days to help you get organized and get your act together now. Get it together now. Donna, Dave Ramsey sells envelopes for the envelope budget system. I think why not just use cheap white envelopes? I know.
He seriously sells them?
Oh, a lot of people sell them. Yeah.
Wow.
But hey, people like convenient.
Yeah, but isn't it convenient to buy some and just write on there? Or?
Yeah. Ghirardelli chocolate is nasty. I much prefer Hershey's or Baker's. You will find out which one is the best. Can you send me the next one?
Yes.
Next week. Yeah. You are probably allergic to latex. Yes, I am allergic to latex. So I do know that. I have an issue with that.
So after this, shall I continue or not?
Probably not. Let's see. My cup says, I pray for protection. Oops, I lost the, oh, there. I pray for my protection for my kids and husband all the time, especially now my 6-year-old is driving. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, and like for us, you know, I told you guys the story before, but like our kids would drive an hour to school each way on a major highway, and I would too. And one day my son hit fog and went in underneath an SUV, and the SUV landed on the hood. Should have taken out my daughter. He had a little teensy tiny car, Mazda, little tiny car, and there was a tire print right in front of where my daughter was sitting, and should have taken him out, and they didn't. It was a miracle. It was so bad they used the car for an example of texting and driving. He wasn't texting and driving, but they didn't have any vehicles that day.
They wanted a torn up teenager car.
And they needed a torn up teenager car, and they said, can we use this and we'll get your towing for free? And I was like, sure. So, but it was kind of funny because our niece was living with us then, and they were taking it to her school. And I was like, oh no, we got to contact her at school, because if she sees that car, she's going to freak out because she would know the car. So that was a very interesting day, but yeah. So yeah. And, let's see. Okay. Let me get the next one here. Angie, I was gifted a dehydrator, so I'm excited to do my own herbs. Yeah. Fruits and vegetables. Yep. Mm-hmm. Lori, only one flyer in the paper. Everything has gone digital. Yes, they have. Lori, which cookbook has the brownie recipe, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1, and you can also get it in or at livingonadime.com is the brownie recipe. The fudge brownies is the fudge brownies are the ones I tested for this one. If this video does well, then I'll test the cake brownies later, because I also have a recipe for cake brownies, but my family likes the fudge, so I went that direction. Boy, the school's going to be having a lot of bake sales.
They're going to love you. Actually, I think the bake sale did really, really well on Super Bowl, the Saturday before Super Bowl, but I think part of the reason it did well is because Tara donated a massive amount of cheesecake and brownies. And some Rice Krispie treats too. Yeah. Although
I had like
have the
50
ones that didn't sell.
No. I had like 50 Rice Krispie treats, probably 30 brownies, 4-inch brownies, 50 probably cheesecakes.
Do you know what drain flies are? I forgot. I don't think I shared
I don't know what to tell you. The only thing,
flies in the drain?
yeah, they breed in the drain. And the only thing I would think is to pour a
Bleach?
gallon of vinegar down there and kill them, or bleach or something. I don't know. You'd have to look that one up. I've never had those, so I don't know.
Ooh, Donna's made our chocolate syrup recipe from Volume 1 several times. It says it's very good. It is awesome.
Yeah, and that was another thing I was going to test was chocolate syrups, if we'd keep doing the comparison videos. Nana says, I guess I need to try the brownie recipe. My banana bread recipe is amazing. Thank you. Isn't that the best? I got that from my neighbor in Springfield. What was her name? Started with a K.
Who? Neighbor that gave you
Not
what?
Kathy. Was it Kathy? The dog groomer? What's her name? In Springfield. I can't remember her name. Becky Ann, it's only been 30 years. So, no, more than that. It's been 33 years. Wow, I'm getting old, man. Becky Ann, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have God in my life. My 9-year-old daughter was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, God is with you. You are right. Patty, I created a delicious brownie years ago. I was mad at my husband, called them I Hate Men brownies. Of course, they had no nuts. Very delicious and popular. Okay, that's pretty funny. She lost the recipe a few years ago.
Do you not hate men anymore?
I hope she doesn't. Linda, brownie bake-off. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, was a brownie bake-off. Kimberly, we're all confident in our love for each other and love for Jesus. My anxiety has gone down so much since I started reading the Bible again. Good for you. That is great. Linda, no matter what, God has us in the palm of his hand. Yes, if you are a Christian, we are not all children of God. We are all creations of God, but we are not all children of God. And in John, I think is at 1:12.
1:12. All those who believe and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God.
So you have to believe on the Lord Jesus, and you have to accept him as your Lord and Savior and repent of your sins. And then you will be a child of God. But yes, if you are a child of God, he will take care of you. Debbie.
If you're not, he loves you. But the Bible also says that it's not his will that any should perish. So he wants everyone to come.
Debbie, frozen ready-made meatballs are horrible. It's definitely worth making homemade. Yes, that was another one I was going to test. If these food testing videos do good, if these comparison videos do good, I'm going to keep doing more. I have a whole bunch planned, but I don't want to end up doing more work than we're bringing in the ads. So it has to be worth our time. Barbara, Silverdane is good for burns. Yes, I am going to look for that, Barbara. I know you told me that, and I was already doing the bleach baths, and so I'm going to go look for that, though. I need to write that down. My cup overflows. I pray for, oh, yes, I read that one. Lee, been trying vinegar, baking soda, salt, and green gobbler. Then I would try bleach, Lee, and see if that will get rid of them. And I would say, well, wait a minute. Have you poured plant insect stuff down your drain and just let it sit overnight?
Well, actually, some people had some good ideas because they were talking about, one lady said she poured bleach in. She said she tried everything and then finally she did bleach and then it took care of it. Somebody else said boiling water down there regularly. But another person said to keep the drain closed when you're not using it. And that would be a good idea because if the flies can't get in and out, then
I would let whatever you're trying at least sit overnight with the drain closed, or even 24 to 48 hours if you can. I mean, I know not everybody can do that, but my goodness, if it's your kitchen sink, use your bathroom sink for the day. Let it sit all night and that day and one more night and see if that'll kill it. You can use your bathroom sink as your kitchen sink for, a day or two. That's not going to kill anything. Have I heard of Joe the Street Preacher? Is that the guy in England? If so, yes, I've heard of him, and he seems on target for everything that he has said. As far as biblically, if it's the English guy on YouTube.
The one that stands at Hyde Park and it's kind of very charismatic in his presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a lot of, plug all the holes too, Mary says. Yeah, plug the hole where the air thing is and then close your drain and pour whatever down there and let it sit overnight and see if that'll do it.
Like when you're done doing the dishes, put something completely over the top
Mm-hmm.
so they can't get in and out.
Katie, I just finished the book of Matthew and plan to read the rest of the New Testament, then read the Old Testament. It's made a huge difference. Very good. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you for spreading his word. You are welcome. I'm glad it's been helpful.
Oh, yeah, and we do actually, if you don't have a Bible, we do offer free Bibles. I will share a link for that right here. So
we will send them for free if you cannot afford them. If you can afford them, we sell them at our cost. We do not make any money on the Bibles. None. We don't make any money on the Bibles. We send out way more Bibles than we bring in for selling them. So we don't make any money on the Bibles, just so you guys know. And
but you do have to use coupon code to get it for free. Like it's $10, which is our cost. If people want to pay for it, but if you don't, but if you want it for free, there's a coupon code in the instructions below. Have the coupon code, but it's free Bible, and in the instructions below. And also, if you use the coupon code and you get a free one, and you maybe did that a year or two ago, and it's like fallen apart or something since then, you can email us and we'll send you another one. So even if the coupon code fails, so like let us know.
Karen, borax mixed with hot water should work since it kills so many other bugs. Yes, I use borax in my garden to kill earwigs, so that probably would work in your drain also. Influence says hydrogen peroxide. The bleach will mess around the sink. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about, that could work. I see what you're saying.
Mike is a professional sink installer too.
Oh my goodness. How many times did you put a faucet in over the last 10 days?
Yeah, over the last 10 days. Well,
6 times?
Since we've had the new kitchen, I put it in originally, our old sink, but I think the contractor left a couple parts out and I didn't realize they were missing. And so it got loose and was falling off. So then we put a different one in, but then the water tasted funny. So then we changed. Oh no, there was a point where Tara wanted one that looked a specific way. So we put that one in and then the water tasted funny. So we took it back to the store and put the old one back in. And then we ended up getting a new one from Pistol who just gave it to us. So I put that one in, but then it was tasting funny again. So then we traded out the water lines
because we thought it was
new water lines.
The water was tasting awful,
and that didn't work. So and then I took that out and put the old one back in with new hardware that I had used based on looking at the hardware that was on the one that Pistol gave us. So I think probably I uninstalled and reinstalled sink stuff about 4 or 5 times in the last week, and now I think it's finally done. And the water tastes good.
It seems to be working. But you know what? I'm going to try. We'll see if this works. I'm going to try and put a vinegar bottle under the sink and fill it with dish soap and have a long pipe going up to my soap dispenser and see if I don't have to fill the soap dispenser.
So I wonder if it loses the air gap in there, if you'd have to pump it about 10 times to get it to come up.
But there's a little aquarium part for $2 you can buy and put it on the hose and it stops that.
So it only goes one way? What do you know about that?
You can thank
things that make you go,
You can thank Dr. YouTube for that one. Yeah.
Jim says, my daughter Katie wanted a new Bible with margins to take notes in. So glad she's highlighting and putting notes in her Bible. Actually, somebody asked that question. I don't think we answered it in the last Bible show. She was saying that her mom didn't want her to write in her Bible, but she was liking to mark the Bible. And when I was younger, first of all, I always thought the Bible was special, and I still do. But when I was younger, I used to think, don't write in it ever. But I realized that when I put notes in there and highlight things, it calls my attention to things, and my brain works better. It's like when you look at email and there's a giant chunky paragraph, or the paragraphs broken up into smaller paragraphs is just visually easier to see it. And for me, I mark it with like 7 different colors of highlighters, and it really helps me to read it better that way. So if you find that you can mark it and it actually is clearer to you, or you notice things you didn't notice before, I'd say I'm all for it. I used to think no, but I don't think God would mind. He gave it to us so that we could know him better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So apparently they have the guy in custody now, according to Sheridan Media.
Oh, cool.
So looks like the standoff in Sheridan is over.
Who told you?
Sheridan Media.
Oh.
All right. Yes, Alicia, applesauce works for a lot of recipes. Some may not turn out, but you can use that as a replacement for oil and for eggs, depending on the recipe for both. So
Carissa
most of the times it works.
Gave a super sticker for a Bible. Thank you, Carissa.
Thank you very much.
It is funny that God has worked it out where pretty much the donations fluctuate up and down, and they fluctuate up and down pretty much exactly with the demand. And we don't, we ship the Bibles as the requests come in and donations come in, and they're exactly the right amount. So we never have to ask for donations because it just works out good that God's just worked it out that way. So, yeah.
Kimberly says Fox News just came out and said that it was Russian space nukes. That's the threat they're worried about. I think they're just trying to change the conversation from Joe Biden being senile. Oh, probably. Yeah. Here's the thing. This is the thing that makes me really mad, though. The White House says that he's not senile, but the report says they're not going to convict because he's too old and has too much memory loss that he wouldn't be able to stand up in court. Well, if it's that bad that he can't stand up in court, then how is he running the country? That makes me really mad. But I am not the president yet. It is not November 6th or whatever date yet. So.
Sometime in November.
Sometime in the November.
Well, it's the first week, the first Tuesday, I think, but I don't know when that is this year.
Oh, have mercy. It's going to be an interesting year, a very, very interesting year. So 35% off our cookbooks, guys. In the description below, our Valentine's sale is happening right now. You can see every single page of our almost 600 pages on our volume 1. Volume 2, almost 500 pages, and gluten-free, almost 500 pages. Easy recipes, get you in and out of the kitchen quick without, I answered that, okay. Without spending a lot on groceries. I told you guys, $20, I fixed 5 dinners. Go check out Super Easy Recipes. I just put the video up yesterday.
I'll share the link for Super Easy too.
Mike will put the link in there on how I made 5 dinners for $20.
Here's the channel. You just go to the channel and click the recent stuff.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, guys. We will see you. Are we going to do a show tomorrow because we're having a sale?
I thought we were doing one tomorrow and Friday, but we didn't decide what it's about.
Okay. So I guess we're doing a show tomorrow. What do you guys want me to do for a show tomorrow? Tell me what to talk about tomorrow and Friday for the show.
Ooh, special request time.
Yes.
Yeah, if you tell Tara what you want, we might actually do a show about that.
Let's see. What do we want to know? What do we use for laundry detergent? I just use Tide. Okay. Hold on, guys. Everybody's saying goodnight because they thought I was ending, but I'm curious what you want me to do for a show tomorrow. Okay. Using up leftovers. No shiitake mushrooms.
Somebody's been reading
politics, the book. Bible stuff. Bible stuff and politics. You guys don't really have too many ideas, do you? Okay, I'll give you another couple minutes. Bible stuff. Wow. Bible stuff. Okay. Anything else you guys want us to talk about tomorrow?
Wow.
Seriously? You guys want us to do a Bible study? Okay. They don't have any deep pressing questions. Finances. Bible related to present day politics. Well, it's all coming together.
Wow. Well, there you go.
All coming together. Education. Education is a farce nowadays. There you go. That's a short show. Bread making. What the Bible says about politics. Bible, Bible, Bible. Food safety and expired foods. Quick meals. Homeschool.
We were thinking about having a show tomorrow and Friday, but we aren't certain on that yet. But we were thinking of doing that. So
Cheapest grocery store state to state. Paying property taxes when CBDC kicks in. What's that? What's CBDC? That sounds familiar, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh, is that the digital currency?
Yeah, they said that was supposed to kick in last June, and it
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
So,
the digital currency.
so when is it supposed to kick in now? Does it say?
I didn't actually click the link. Too many words. Check it out later.
Gardening.
Our favorite Bible passages. Oh, there you go.
Maybe we should just turn into a Bible channel. How do you sell cookbooks on a Bible channel then?
You have a bread quote?
This is what Jesus ate. Bread and fish.
Except we don't have any fish recipes, but we have bread.
Oh, brother. All right, guys. We will see you guys later. Have a good night.
Have a good night. See